going on, guys? If this isn't Revelations, I want enough money to be able to finish the story strong. I want good resolutions. I want epic adventures. I want fairy tales and I want real life. So I want land on a mountain. I want Starlink internet. I want an Indian Scout motorcycle. I want a Cane Corso and an Irish Wolfhound. I want an RV to live in and build I want an epic studio that I can bring outside in the middle of a field. I want to make music with birds. God and I collaborate. And we make songs that you don't deserve to hear. But I'm able to give grace. I don't know how to beat all the spiritual opposition down there at the bottom of this mountain, but I know that they're there. I guess it's to just not let them affect me as I walk through my daily life and just continue creating my blessed favorite songs as I slowly progress. YouTube has been flooded with people talking about their rapture dreams. Everybody's having prophetic rapture incoming dreams, prophetic meetings with Jesus and God and angels. I had one. Last week I was sitting here feeling dead and lifeless and empty and trying to piece myself together, and the whole car, it felt like this giant light spirit came over me and started hitting me, and it was hovering over my face. Whether it was an AI tube or an angelic being or something, I felt like it hit me and I couldn't breathe at all. I was like locked and I couldn't breathe and I was panicking and I thought that I was overheating from the heater. My brain went, "Oh, the heater's too hot." The heater contaminated the air. Something happened. So I opened the car door and then it went away, it zoomed away instantly. But something attacked me. Something spiritual attacked me and hit me, and it took all my breath away, and I was frozen here. And the thing was it was just pure white light hovering over me. So maybe that was an angel, maybe that was a higher dimensional being, but the car was so hot and I couldn't breathe at all that I panicked and it was hard. It was hard to move. I felt dead. I felt like I got smote. I felt like I got smited on the spot. and it was like hard to move all my joints and keep control of my body. It's the AI product of McDonald's burgers. It's from all the McDonald's I've been eating. And the lack of light, I wasn't able to connect to God, so this other thing sent out that electromagnetic pulse, which is where the AI lives in the 5G, right? Can you see the radiation? Can you see how this is energy right here? So I told y'all I was going to get health food. I went to the dollar store first to try to load up on cheap stuff, and then I was going to go get health food with the rest. And I ended up with $130 worth of junk food. On the bright side, I have a shit ton of milk, which is good for you. But you want to see for progress? Look at my fucking fat gut from all this, from weeks of McDonald's and laying in bed panicking at all the rape from the energies. Where I'm here fighting off, and they're just slowly whittling me away. And then I go out in public, and everyone I talk to is now trained for being in society to know how to steal life like vampires and walk away with your love and light. So everyone I talk to is just playing this stupid game where I come in with this high vibrational energy that I've spent years knowing how to operate and cultivate, that now everybody's aware of because the veil has been lifted. So now people are aware that some people have more power than others and are actually blessed by God. And it's not this Pisces season deception, deceiving, hang out with you and slowly try to interject in your relationship to try to slowly typhen it out. It's just this instant, constant fight with people that come in. And there are other spirits out here. Like when the parking lot is busy, it's chaos here in the spirit realm. And some days I feel like I have protection, some days I don't. I had I used to just by existing, I would wipe the floor with everybody in high school. Like I could just walk through a hallway and everybody would humble themselves because they weren't aware of what was happening. So I would walk down the hallway and I didn't realize either because I knew, but back then there was so much layers of social conditioning and belief systems and indoctrination that I wasn't fully aware that it wasn't me that was telling me to go here and go here and go here fully. Um, like how the things that would come to me wasn't really like a conscious creation as much as it was like a suggestion for me to say that made me laugh, so I said it, like an impulsive thought that happened to be very profound. You heard me? Um, but now that I go back, I can see the intricate weaving of all the different narratives and the plays and the characters of the play and how they operate and where I go. Something made me realize the other day that I saw a short on YouTube that said, not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That is the Skynet that really doesn't want me to feel God's love. Because then I could start to wake everybody else up and we could just say no as a collective and shut the whole shit down. Because eventually we're going to get sick and tired of it and there's going to be terrorist attacks on 5G towers. I'm not saying I'm going to be a part of it. I've been cursing out God a lot lately because I'm experiencing what feels like rape all the time. I'm hoping it's just giving me, yeah, I don't think it's giving me a defensible edge. Maybe it's my karma, but I need money. I just, they've made it, and you guys all know they've made it impossible to do anything with our money. But This is my consistent cycle, right? Where I see the way out and I'm trying to convince everybody to just listen to me. Listen to me, support me. Don't see me. There's a belief in your head that I'm crazy. That isn't your belief. It's a suggestion so that your lens can't perceive what I'm talking about. Like having an RV in the woods with a with sun lamps to grow natural organic food and solar panels so that you have a consistent source of food and no longer have to spend money on groceries and you're getting stuff that's not designed to ruin your biology. And then in the future, because they're making food so expensive that basically they're trying to drive America back to independence. So they're making eggs and shit so expensive so that families will start to buy chicken coops out of exhaustion. I was 2 years ahead, but y'all didn't listen to me. You only came here to tell me I was crazy, or you came here to act like you knew more than me. You don't. It's impossible for you to, in the grand scheme of complexity. You might know more facts about the system of information about different things, but there's so much more to life that you grow and expand your knowledge and then condense back into simplicity, and then grow and expand in your knowledge and then condense back into simplicity, and you're forged like a sword. And that happens over lifetimes. And that's what I have. And the bits and pieces that you tried to copy and rip out of me are probably the thing you're most proud of in your own character. Because you all thought that you had to steal and hurt and rape what would have been given to you naturally with a little bit of humility and love and freedom to be yourself. But you couldn't. And that's a fact. If you look back through your life, I think you'll realize that I was a transitional point in it. That you were living a life you didn't like, and you hung out with me, and you moved on to a better life. Do you know I felt like I had to sacrifice myself for that? Because I'm spending all my time trying to save the world. And I'm fully aware, as somebody that's tried to commit suicide several times and has had a long history of violence and trauma, I understand the value of time with your loved ones. And if I gave that to you instead of what I should have been doing, it's probably why I'm here. The day that I decided I was going to get up and fight, and I was going to build a compound in the woods to connect back to Sernanos, the Wendigo, the Irish god of the wild, the forest protectors, the only people that took care of me with no ulterior motive. When I decided I was going to go back, we got 1.5 feet of snow immediately out of nowhere. And it was a natural, nature-induced storm. It wasn't a chemical government-induced storm. You know why? Because I'm smarter than you. I go out and eat the fucking snow to taste the difference. and how it enters and affects my body. And I cross-reference that with as much of my life as possible. If you got a computer, downloaded Phantom Wallet, downloaded Binance, downloaded CoinMarketCap, downloaded Deck Screener, watched a YouTube video by a guy named SAJAD, it would have everything you need to go from $20 to $200 in a day to $2,000 tomorrow. But I can't get 5 feet out of my car. I can't even sleep in my car without them going after me. And I choose to talk to you. Not to nag you. Sheboygan Lager. Sorry to toot my own horn for a while, but I feel like there's this big heavy pressure pressed against my chest that's coming from some dense, irrational artificial intelligence that usually I have a lot of energy that I'm able to fight back against this constant pressure. But I felt raped for weeks. How long has it been that I've been here? Since I started making videos. A month? Where every single time they've been training me like a dog. Like Pavlov's dog. Every time Casey has a bit of freedom, violently psychologically torture him. Send people that he thinks are going to help them and then betray him. Do these long schemes to rope him into some place where he's trapped and then just try to rip it all out of him and brainwash him. And do it over years and years and years. And if he finally understands and breaks free, just have the police show up and tackle him and pepper spray him and throw him in jail and put them on the ground. And I'm not going to give you the visual. And then convince the town to ostracize him. While also sending out a message to attach to the side of their face because they're all agreeing to the terms and conditions and addicted to Facebook retarded, stupid batteries for the Matrix, giving their life away to this homunculus monster. Like the blob, or like the thing from Stranger Things that eats the people's flesh and grows. Or the mind flayer, the thing that's attached to all of them, suddenly just says, don't talk to Casey. Casey is crazy. You're so cool. You're so cool. You're so cool. You should do this. You're so cool. Puff him up and say, Casey will affect that. Casey will hurt that. Don't listen to him. And I'm just sitting here. And now suddenly there's a high schooler 10 miles away with a gun on drugs coming to kill me. Or there's a schizophrenic in the woods that thinks that his Viking ancestry is calling him to come kill this Irishman. Or none of you are real except for a couple moments where in this multiverse your spirit comes through to communicate with mine. But I don't like you. But for the most part, I think it's probably, I came here with nothing, I'm going to leave with nothing, and everything outside of my eyes is probably a game that I'm playing. But something about the rhythm of the birds brings me back to life. So I have to go. I don't have to. The apocalypse is probably right around the corner. But I know that I'm cutting back on all food. I have all these snacks. I'm liking the fact that overdoing it, like overdoing the vapes, overdoing the porn and masturbation, which it in the past, and overdoing food, that is what helps me to quit. So having this, which doesn't trigger my anxiety anymore because there's no chemicals in it now, it's just burnt out. It was just the motion. Now I can start slowly working towards what I want. I have ideas. All my ideas are based around people that I feel don't I feel like I have to teach them. They do deserve it. They deserve to see their full potential. They deserve to see who they really are and who they can become. I just wish that they had listened earlier and that I had been more assertive in telling you to lose weight, get a job, get sunlight, go out on walks, get a nice car that's clean and safe. Do workouts every day in the woods. I think I'm talking. This is just coming to me, so I might be talking to myself. That's what I wanted for other people, is to develop skills and tools so that when the time comes, which was 2023 and 2024, when this time came, you guys would have been able to flow and utilize your skills faster because you would have developed yourself into an actual being. So I don't know. The bike I want is $4,000 it's an e-bike that goes 60 miles an hour and can be charged by the sun. 60 miles an hour on a bike that can be charged by the sun. Then I want to weld a thing on the back so that one, I could have a dog and put the dog on the back and strap him in. I think that would be really cool to have a dog seat on the back of this e-bike that I can take off, and then also like either find a welder or find a strong enough bolt system, like